In the next 60 seconds, everything will change. Get ready. It all started when the Israelites were at war with the Philistines, and every morning this giant named Goliath would stomp onto the battlefield and shout, "Hey, Israel, give me a break. Pick one of your best soldiers to fight me. If your man defeats me, we'll become friends. But if I defeat him, you guys have to become our slaves." And day after day, Israel's bravest soldiers were too scared to fight him. They were absolutely terrified, so they trembled in their tents as Goliath walked around the perimeter, taunting them. But one day, a young shepherd boy named David arrived at camp with some bread and cheese for his older brother. But when he got there, he wasn't greeted with the cheers that normally met him. Instead, he found the whole camp shaking in fear. As David approached, he heard a soldier say, "Who is that guy? He's so scary." Then another one said, "I think he's a new recruit. Send him home. He doesn't look that big to me." And that's when David realized, these guys are scared of this big lug because they don't know the God that I serve. That's when David stepped forward and said, "Don't worry, everyone. The Lord who rescued me from the lion and the bear will rescue me from this Philistine." And right then and there, David took on the challenge. But when King Saul tried to outfit him for battle, giving him a helmet and a coat of mail, David wasn't impressed. In fact, he rejected them all. All he wanted was 5 smooth stones and his sling. And when Goliath saw David approaching, he laughed and said, "Hey little buddy, why aren't you scared? You should be trembling right now." And David replied, "You come to me with sword and spear, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have provoked into battle. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hand, and I will strike you down and cut off your head with the sword. And I will give the dead body of this Philistine to the birds and beasts of the field." Whoa, that is so bold. But what happens next is even more exciting. As David got closer to Goliath, he took aim and slung a stone that flew through the air like a speeding bullet, and right before our eyes, it hits Goliath right between the eyes. And as the crowd watched in suspense, Goliath stumbled backward, took one last glance at David and collapsed on the ground. The giant had been defeated, and when the coast was clear, David ran over, grabbed Goliath's sword and held it high above his head in a gesture of victory. And as the crowd erupted in cheers, we can hear David saying, "This is for serving me with contempt, and for coming against me with a sword in your hand. Now I slay you with the sword." Wow. With faith, even the small can defeat the mighty. Thanks for watching.